So in this video, we're going to look at the rules for zero exponents and negative exponents. So zero exponents, the rule says that anything raised to a power of 0 equals 1. And if you think about exponent rules and the canceling we've done earlier, you can see why that makes sense. So let's consider, 10 to the 7 divided by 10 to the 7. Well, it's something divided by itself, so you know the answer has to be 1. But just for a minute, think about it in terms of quotient rules. So 10 to the 7th divided by 10 to the 7th. Our bases are the same, right? They're both 10, which means that we can use the rule of subtracting exponents. So 10 to the 7 minus 7. 7 minus 7 is 0, so 10 to the 7 divided by 10 to the 7 is really 10 to the 7 minus 7, or 10 to the 0. But we've already seen that that just has to be equal to 1. So anytime you have something raised to the 0 power, you really have just 1. Think about it this way. If I have 2 to some power, so let's say 2 cubed. Well, I know that that's 8, right? 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Let's go down. So what about 2 squared? Well, 2 times 2, that's just 4. Notice I'm dividing by 2, right? Dividing by 2 to get from 8 to 4. What about 2 to the first power? Well, that's just plain old 2. Well, what's 4 divided by 2? Well, if I divide that by 2 again, right? 4 divided by 2, that's just 2. So 3, 2, 1, if I follow that pattern, the next exponent ought to be 0, right? 3, then 2, then 1, then 0, 2 to the 0. Well, notice that I've been getting to the next value by dividing by 2 every time. I've gone 8 to 4 by dividing by 2, 4 to 2 divided by 2. Well, it makes sense that I would divide by 2 again, right? So what's 2 divided by 2? Well, 2 divided by 2 is just 1. So there's another way to think about why the zero exponent rule makes sense. Anything raised to the power of 0 equals 1. And it doesn't matter how huge or how ridiculous it looks. So you could have z to the 10,000th power raised to the 0 power. That's still going to be just 1, because anything raised to the 0 power is 1.